What if I told you that two naturally sweet fruits, yes, fruits, could actually lower blood sugar and help fight diabetes? Doctors didn't believe it at first, but the science says otherwise. Most people with diabetes are told to stay away from sweet fruits, but these two are exceptions you'll want to know about. Today, I'll share how to eat them the right way to avoid sugar spikes. Before we start, later in this video, I'll share something we've been working on behind the scenes called the Vital 50 Inner Circle. If staying healthy, active, and connected after 50 matters to you, you'll definitely want to hear about it. But first, let's get into today's topic. Let's be honest, managing blood sugar can feel like a full-time job, and it often gets harder with age. You visit the doctor, and you walk out with a long list of things you can't eat anymore. No more of this, cut back on that. It's frustrating. The advice is almost always about restriction, about taking things away. They rarely talk about the powerful foods you can add to your plate that can actively help your body. It can feel like all the good, sweet, satisfying foods are completely off limits forever. But what if that's not entirely true? What if there are natural, delicious foods that your body not only tolerates but actually uses as medicine? The fear of fruit is widespread in the diabetic community, and for good reason. Many fruits can send your glucose on a roller coaster. But the two we're about to discuss are in a league of their own. They break the rules in the best way possible, and understanding why they work is the first step toward reclaiming a little bit of sweetness in your life without the guilt or the dangerous sugar spike. The first surprisingly sweet fruit that can help you fight diabetes is berries. Yes, that entire family of delicious jewels. Blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, and blackberries. They might taste sweet, but their effect on your blood sugar is anything but scary. Here's the science behind the magic. First, berries have a very low glycemic index, or GI. Think of the glycemic index as a speed rating for how quickly a food raises your blood sugar. High GI foods like white bread or candy are like a race car, flooding your system with sugar almost instantly. Low GI foods like berries are like a slow, steady river, releasing sugar gradually, which gives your body and your insulin a chance to manage it properly without getting overwhelmed. This slow release is crucial for preventing those damaging blood sugar spikes, but it gets even better. The real superpower of berries, especially blueberries, comes from a specific type of antioxidant called anthocyanins. These are the natural compounds that give berries their rich red, purple, and blue colors. But they do more than just make the fruit look pretty. Groundbreaking research has shown that these anthocyanins can directly improve your insulin sensitivity. Imagine your cells have little doors that insulin needs to unlock to let sugar in for energy. In insulin resistance, those locks get rusty and the insulin key doesn't work very well. The anthocyanins in berries act like a lubricant, cleaning those locks and making them responsive to insulin again. When your cells are more sensitive to insulin, your body doesn't need to produce as much of it, your pancreas gets a break, and your blood sugar levels become much more stable. Furthermore, berries are packed with fiber. A single cup of raspberries contains about 8 grams of fiber. This fiber acts like a sponge in your digestive system, soaking up sugars and slowing their absorption into your bloodstream. This 1-2 punch of low GI energy and high fiber content makes berries a formidable ally. One study published in a major nutrition journal was particularly revealing. It followed a group of pre-diabetic individuals who were instructed to eat 1 cup of mixed berries daily. After just a few weeks, the results were astonishing. They showed significantly better insulin sensitivity and blood sugar control compared to the group that didn't eat berries. They didn't have to cut out sweets entirely. They simply added the right kind. The best way to incorporate them is to add a handful to your morning oatmeal or Greek yogurt, blend them into a smoothie with a protein source like whey or a nut butter, or simply enjoy a small bowl as a satisfying dessert after dinner. Now for our second sweet soldier in the fight against high blood sugar. This one is a common, crunchy, and incredibly effective fruit, the pear. Pears are often overlooked, sitting quietly next to the more popular apples, but for anyone managing their blood sugar, they are a hidden gem. The secret to the pear's power lies in its unique type of fiber and its rich profile of phytonutrients. Pears are exceptionally high in a specific kind of soluble fiber called pectin. When you eat a pear, this pectin mixes with water in your stomach and forms a thick, gel-like substance. This gel does something incredible. It physically slows down the digestion and absorption of everything in your stomach, including carbohydrates and sugars. This means the glucose from your meal enters your bloodstream at a much slower, more manageable pace. It's like putting a speed bump on the sugar highway, preventing the traffic jam that leads to a high blood sugar reading. Beyond the fiber, pears are loaded with vitamins and minerals that support your body's metabolic machinery, including vitamin K and copper, which play roles in how your body uses insulin. But the most exciting research is centered around their polyphenols, which are powerful plant compounds linked to a reduced risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Studies have shown that regular consumption of pears can help improve the function of your pancreas, the very organ responsible for producing insulin. Think about how satisfying it feels to crunch into a crisp, juicy pear. Now imagine that with every bite, you're not just enjoying a sweet treat, but you're also providing your body with a powerful tool to help stabilize your blood sugar and protect your pancreas for the long term. A fantastic and practical tip for eating pears is to always pair them with a source of protein or healthy fat. Never eat a pear all by itself as a snack if you're concerned about a blood sugar rise. Instead, slice it up and enjoy it with a handful of walnuts, a few cubes of cheese, or a spoonful of almond butter. The protein and fat further slow down sugar absorption, creating a perfectly balanced snack that will keep you full and your blood sugar steady for hours. So let's compare these two powerhouses and bust a major myth. On one hand, you have berries, the antioxidant champions. Their main benefit is working at a cellular level to fix insulin resistance, making your body more efficient at using the insulin it already produces. On the other hand, you have pears, the fiber giants. Their primary strength is in the digestive tract, physically slowing down the absorption of sugar. They work in different ways but lead to the same incredible result: better blood sugar control. This brings us to the biggest myth we need to bust, that all sweet fruits are dangerous for diabetics. This is simply not true. The idea that sugar is sugar, regardless of the source, is a dangerous oversimplification. The sugar in a candy bar is a lone villain, arriving with no backup, ready to cause chaos. The sugar in a pear or a bowl of berries is part of a team. It arrives packaged with fiber, water, vitamins, and powerful antioxidants. This team works together to ensure the sugar is released slowly and used effectively by your body. It's not about cutting out all sweetness from your life. It's about choosing the right kind of sweetness. It's about smart substitution, not total deprivation. So how do you safely add these fruits into your diet? Let's recap. Our two heroes are berries and pears. The key is to start small and be consistent. Don't suddenly start eating pounds of fruit. Try this actionable plan. This week, aim to add half a cup of berries to your breakfast 3 times. The next week, try swapping your usual afternoon snack for a pear paired with a handful of almonds twice. Always eat the skin of the pear, as that's where a large amount of the beneficial fiber is located. Monitor your blood sugar levels to see how your body personally responds. You might be surprised to see how stable your levels remain. This is about making small, sustainable changes that add up to a huge difference in your health. So, if you found today's tips helpful and you're someone who wants a bit more support, not just videos like this, but real guidance, motivation, and a place to connect, then I'd love to invite you to check out something we've built called the Vital 50 Inner Circle. It's a private community for folks over 50 where we share easy workout routines, healthy, simple recipes, wellness tips, weekly inspiration, live calls with a personal trainer, and a place to connect with others on the same path. It's not for everyone, but if you're ready to take your health seriously and want to feel your best in this next chapter, tap the link below to see what it's all about. Hope to see you in there.